So in this video, we're just going to have a look at how to add a bit of styling to our app and just make it look a bit less, a bit less boring, a bit more interesting. One very important thing that I missed out in the last video, was that we should have removed this console log and replaced it with the set data. That just means that the data will appear. If you encountered an error before where the data just went blank on your page, it's because we did not use the set data to repopulate that data array. So now we're just going to have a really quick look at CSS and styling and how we'd style our app. CSS, there's no shortcut to learning CSS. There's lots of commands lots of things we need to remember. They're all quite simple and they do all make sense. But the only real way to learn is just to kind of keep practice. So the way we apply CSS to React is very similar to how we do it in HTML. We get an attribute. So in this case, I'm just going to use the item.title, which refers to this event title. And after the tag itself, we just push a space and we just type in class name, and we give this a name of event title. The syntax is all lowercase with hyphens. The good thing with React, it's set up CSS already, so we can then go into our CSS file. We don't actually need any of this, so I will delete all of that. And then, oops, probably can't see that. So we then put our class name in here with a dot before it. That signifies we're specifying the element, and the element is a class. So here we can see if we just hover over it, it does actually say it's an element with the class of event title. In that, after that class, we just do open curly brackets, and here we can add our styling. Oops, I think. Yeah, I forgot to save that. So, so here we can see we've applied these styles to this title. If you ever want to have a look at what's going on, you can click on this little inspect icon, hover over, and you can see already we've got a paragraph with the event title. And it just tells you things like the font is currently 24 pixels. The font we're using is just the Apple system font. We've got margins applied of 24 above and 12 underneath. And if you want to go and see in the code, if you just click on it, it'll highlight the element here. Again, you can see the class. And then if you go down to here, you can just see the styles that have been applied. This is really useful for debugging. So, I mean, you can turn off various styles, turn them back on. And if you refresh the page, it's exactly how it was before. That's how we would style the title. I'll just give you sort of another example, just so you can see the kind of things we can do with styling. So if we wrap this speakers map in another div, so we've got the opening div tag here, the closing div tag beneath it, give that a class name of speakers. We go back to our CSS, our app.css file. We just do very similar to last time. We do full stop and then the class name. I'm just going to give it a display of grid, and then we give it grid template columns 2, and you can see here it's now listed the speakers kind of next to each other. I might just, while I'm here, create a speakers title, and again just make it slightly larger with the margin at the bottom, and I'll go back and add that to here. And you can see we've made this kind of bold. Last thing I'm just going to do in this demo video is just apply some styles to the image. Speakers image, we save that, we go back to our CSS file and do speakers And here I'm just going to round the image, which we do by using the border radius property. Just make it ridiculously large. And see, we've now got a round, a round image. This is just really, really, really basic. The things you can do with CSS are absolutely unbelievable. I'll link to some resources in the documents, but I encourage you to just spend a bit of time and really sort of, focus on styling this and making it really, really, really nice. That's the video introduction finished.